I need champagne. I still have water. You got Kiss?
Okay, we're gonna get some champagne too.
Star Trek marathon.
You tell me you don't have the VCR at home, like tape?
Surprised they let you in?
Really? It was a 9 hours, like a new Star Trek, 9 hours, the real Star
I want to go. For heaven's sake, step closer. Get a nice shot of my shoulder.
Gotcha, Jim.
That's why he looked at me for a second. You know, I understand. But you know, it would be nice.
As Karin said.
Happy years old to get together. Yeah, well, when they move away, they work
That was so fun. I just glad to see
in the right kind of building.
So I came and I read it. I didn't notice the thank you note. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay? Can you believe
so that while they are raised and are encircled, it's still outside. And it gets cold. So we say to figures that today when they're coming home is the hottest day, doesn't it figure? And because of the deer taken that night, they were told to only bring up shade.
I like it when I go back there. Long Island is just so tiny.
Who never traveled to the city, who never lived in a city, I imagine since we got here at 3:30 that they'll bring us in. Because I think it's an hour. Which is additional. So I don't know.
They had it on in high school. He was friends with some of the people I used to hang out with. Only I didn't recognize him. I walked in and he walked in the house. And he said, he's talking.
want them to, and I also want them to build shelves. I mean, I'm going to have somebody, I might as well have them do what I want. And then painting, and that's.
It's just it's the kitchen or whole house.
We're very old friends of Peter and Karin. We lived in the apartments when they lived
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Karin and Perry's wedding reception. It's so nice to see you all this afternoon. I'm going to introduce our best man, Don, to give the toast. So if you'll all kindly take that glass of champagne in hand, rise up from your seats.
Karin, now that you've taken delivery of your new husband, I have a package of essential paperwork for you. Well, the warranty has long since expired. But the critical thing for you to have is this. It's a heretofore previously classified top secret document, which is known as the Care and Feeding of Winston Men. It provides advice on how to handle such diverse situations you may encounter, such as what to do when one of us Winston men issues authoritative and contradictory statements on the same subject. How to buy clothes so that everything matches and that the Winston man does not commit fashion suicide. And finally, the manual will help you to understand and prepare for the fact that every trip, dinner, or event will occur, but under conditions of maximum panic and stress. Seriously, welcome. I'm happy to have you. There couldn't have been a better couple. I love you both.
Yeah.
Skål.
This is actually to keep it short rather than to let it go long. I have a very bittersweet honor of proposing a toast to Karin and Perry on behalf of my uncle, Mel Fassler. it is a real honor because Mel was extremely important in my life. It's bittersweet, of course, because of his recent death. When I was growing up in the provincial hinterlands of Philadelphia, Mel kind of represented an ideal of sophistication for me. He lived in New York. Secondly, he married a lovely air hostess from Sweden, and that was my first scent of an international jet set, a scent I've never quite gotten out of my nostrils at this point. And finally, Mel drove a Jaguar. And from the vantage point of my family's Ford Falcon, I think that was really the high point of sophistication. I should have learned from that Jaguar that there was much more that Mel had to teach me than that. When I was first learning to drive a stick shift, he brought me out here to Manhasset or somewhere where it's hilly, where I didn't know where I was going. And he actually let me learn on that thing. And for any parent who has heard the grinding of gears or felt their car slipping backwards down a slope or being suspended between a stall and an accident, you realize that the maximum sacrifice that anybody can make, which he made for his nephew, was to let them learn on your car, especially a car like that. And that love of family really proved to grow with Mel as Inga and Karin grew. I had the chance to see that. And in all the years that Mel suffered from a great deal of illness and pain, I think that love was his first line of defense, and it was never really broached by any real depth of despair. And but it was more than that, because Mel also understood that you had to respect the freedom of children to grow and experiment. And I don't think I'd be telling secrets out of school to say that both Inga and Karin tested those reserves substantially during their life, and they never found them lacking. And in the end, what I recall most was the enormous reservoir of pride that Mel felt in his children and in his family. And it was a lesson for all of us. So I'm quite convinced that had Mel had the good fortune, had we all had the good fortune to have him here today, he would have found all three of those things, love, respect, and pride, coming together on this wedding day. And I feel quite confident that for Perry and for Karin, that legacy, that gift, a respect for the individual qualities that have made them attractive to one another and that will continue to allow them to develop a tremendous pride in one another's accomplishments and a love that will blur the boundaries of their individuality, as the rabbi said, into the unity of family. I'm sure that all of those would have been Mel's wedding gift. And it really is my great pleasure to stand here and in the name of all of those and in Mel's spirit propose a toast to Karin and Perry. L'chaim.